messages on the chat. I'm putting a message for you guys. All right, so let me see where we're at here. Oops. All right, team, if you're here, we're just getting set up here. So let's get everybody on this channel. Amarjeet, can you see me? Amarjeet, can you hear me and see me okay? Perfect. All right, let's get everybody over here. Let's get everybody over here. All right, everybody. All right, so let's get everybody here. I can't log into Zoom for some reason. Let me try one more time. Nope, won't allow me. All right, welcome everyone. It's our very first session on the YouTube Live. Good job. Just get everybody over here. If everyone can hear me okay, say something, say yes. Put a message in the chat. All right, say a message. That's it. Go in the chat, guys. Let's get everybody over here. Guess what? You're going to be doing this next. All right. Let's get everybody here, guys. Go back to Zoom. Tell everyone to be here. From now on, this is what we're going to be doing from now on. There we go. I don't know what that music was. Let's get everybody over here. It's going to be a pretty intense call today. So this is going to be fun. We're doing something different. And this is going to be our future. All right, 3-4 minutes. We get started. Today we're going to talk about two things. which makes up what it takes to win in MLM. If you can hear me okay, put a thumbs up, do a message. Let's be active here. All right, we got Israel on. Lorraine, I'll put where country you're from for team to see that's the US. Okay, Lord and Craig, good stuff. Let's get everybody here. We should be quicker than that, team. Leadership is quick actions, quick actions. And if you're actually on the call and you are listening and you're fully engaged, you kind of walk around doing your thing, then you're falling behind. So we should be able to do this very, very quickly. Part of it, MLM, winning in MLM is leadership. I would have to say a lot of it is leadership. And so how you act, how you are, will determine if people are going to follow you or not, right? So how many people? All right, let's go on a Zoom call. Get on YouTube, guys. You know what? We only have 14 people here from all those people, and somebody should stay on Zoom and tell people to come here. I'll also put in the chat group in Zoom to tell people, put it like 10 times in a row. Go to YouTube channel Forensic Networker. Watch live on YouTube, live on YouTube. So we can get everyone to come over here. This works out really well. Guess what? This is our new home. It's going to be a pretty intense call tonight. We want everyone to be here. All right. Show some love. Show that you're awake, ready to go. Throw some messages out there. Let's get everybody here. Tonight we're going to talk about how to win in MLM. It's an important call. It's an intense call. All right, Brisbane, Australia is here. All right, put your country in the chat. Who's in the house? Minnesota. Our US team is on. Victoria, BC. Wonderful. Shamila. Awesome. Who else is in the house? Taiwan. Renee's in the house. Awesome. Singapore. Good stuff. Who else is in the house? I know we got more than that. All right, team. Pay attention, because what we're going to be doing from now on is everything we do is going to be YouTube Live from now on. We're going to get better as we go. We'll make some changes as we go. But this is where the action is. And we want to make sure that all of you've learned a lot. If you've been in this company more than a year, you know so much. You just don't know that you know it, right? We got some of the best training in the world. And you just have to learn, get better at sharing it with other people. Sharing it. Best place to do that is YouTube, right? So not only on YouTube, then you take the link, you share it on your WhatsApp or Telegram or whatever it is, right? So we're going to make you guys, tonight we're going to talk a lot about evolving. This is part of that. And I want you guys to see, I'm learning just like you. I have no time for this. I'm not, but you know what? All right, I'm going to get some water. We're going to get started. It's going to be a good call tonight. Get everybody on. It's going to be intense. All right. Water orange. I can drink this stuff all day. You know, that's funny thing. I couldn't drink water by myself. If you put something in it, then I can drink it all day. It's up here. All right. I think a lot about you guys. And I think about you because I've been there. 15 years on the field, 14 years on the field, built 4 multi-million-dollar businesses. Every time it was taken away from me, so you know the story about that. And but I've been through, you know, the ups and downs, the peaks and valleys that you guys go through. I've been through it. And it happens in our industry, happens in other industries. So I'm always thinking about what piece of information I can give you so we can have you stop going on the roller coaster and shift you from wherever you are to where you need to be. So you don't need to become a better person, different person to be successful here. You just have to be the better version of you. That's it. You just have to become the best version of you. So please go on, stay on Zoom. Some of you tell everybody where they need to go, please. So I think about it, and I always question people always ask me, like, how do I make money? How do I make it? How do I make it? And it's the same question for 32 years. It doesn't matter what company. It's always the same question. And you could come up with 500 different answers to that. But truly, it comes down to two things. Winning in MLM only comes on two things. That's it. So we're going to talk about those two things now. And it's going to be a tough talk because we need sometimes some type of delivery for us to make a shift. Because pretty much most of the things you're going to hear tonight, you've heard it before. You know it. I mean, it's common sense, but we're habits. As a matter of fact, I don't think too many people go on common sense. We go based on our habits, our culture, our upbringing. That's how we go. So tonight we're going to have some tough talk because I get this a lot. Like, how do I win in MLM? How do I make money? Well, there are two things you got to do. Number one, you got to keep evolving. It's one of the main forensic networker philosophies. Keep on evolving. You can't stay the same. For you to stay the same and want to make more money doesn't make any sense. That's why it's a common sense. It's not that common because here you join a business who's foreign to you. You're new at it. You want to go Renee money. You haven't developed any skills. You know, I sat down the other day thinking, what does it take to really understand MLM? If you really become a really good student, and I know we got some really smart people in our company on this call, if you really had to study this industry, how many hours of study? If this was a course in the university, how many hours do you have to put in to really understand the concept? And when I start thinking about different areas of the business, you got to put at least 100 hours, at least 100 hours of education. But that would be the opposite of maybe what MLMs do. Oh, it's easy, right? Oh, no, just go talk to two people. It's easy if you just want something to do on the side. It's easy if you just want to make some money. But if you're talking about full-time money, not having a job for the rest of your life, and what makes you so special? The rest of the world's working. You don't want to work, and you want to make a lot of money? What makes you so special? So it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Two different things. It's simple. Simple means that everybody can figure it out. You don't need a nuclear science degree to do this. It's not easy. Easy means you don't have to do anything. It happens by itself. So you come into this new platform, and you want to remain the same and make a lot of money. The audacity to think you can walk into a whole new platform. The audacity to say that I'm going to walk and make a lot of money and I haven't learned anything. I picked up some information. I've been on a few calls. Like, you wouldn't have this expectation of anything else. You go in there, they're going to give you a full training. You wouldn't expect to show up and pick it up. I wanted to make a drink the other day. I read a book, how to make this drink. Yet you show up to this industry and think, oh, this sounds easy. I can do this. Oh, I can talk to 5 people. Oh, yes. Oh, good products. I can talk to my friend. Oh, yeah. You can do that if you just want to make some money. If you want to be part of this beautiful community, Opulence Nation, great. Welcome home. I love having you. We have a beautiful community. But don't just have your expectation to match your efforts. So if somebody's genuine about success, the first question, I put a lot of pressure on myself. That, Ramin, because I've had 32 years into this, right? So Ramin, what does it take? Like, what does somebody need to learn? How long would it take? And you know what? And forensic is the best place because you just recover a lot of stuff that you don't hear in other platforms. The foundation of you, your foundation. So you got to put about 100 hours of understanding MLM. What is MLM? The method of distribution, how the comp plan works. What's the product? What's the advantages? What's our advantage over the traditional business? Who's our real competition? Because our competition is not other MLM companies. Our competition is other method of distribution, like the franchises or traditional business or jobs. That's our competition. Understanding the human element of the business. Understanding the psychology of the business. Forensic Networker initially was 2 books back in 1990, about 20 somewhat years ago. It was 2 books. One of them was called the Independent Home Business Owner Manual, Independent Home Business Owner Manual. So it was a manual how to run a business from home. And then there was a second book I wrote. It was called The Psychology of Sales, because when you're in a selling business or MLM business, you're in a psychology business. Doesn't matter if MLM or any kind of sales, you're in a psychology business. So I put those 2 together, became the Forensic Networker. So before you start asking that you haven't made money, let me ask you, did you put your 100 hours of education in yet? Oh, I didn't know that. My upline didn't tell me that. Okay, well, maybe upline didn't know, but that's why I talked about earlier on. Common sense isn't that common, is it? So you come, that's totally new to you. You may have dabbled in a couple of things, but you didn't make a lot of money then either. That's why you're here. Yet you see people who made a lot of money at this, and you're kind of confused about why you're not growing. Well, let me make it simple for you. This is what we're gonna. This is a new thing for forensic as well. When I sat down, start thinking, what does it take? What does it take? Well, it takes about 100 hours of education if you want to make full-time money. If you want to, if this is a career, not something you would just. If this is a profession for you, not some side thing you're doing. If it's a profession, it takes about 100 hours of education. It's worth it because at the end of the day, what is MLM? Ultimately, it's being able to make full-time income from home. It's beautiful, this opportunity to go make millions. But aside from that, MLM offers a full-time income from home. Wow, what a new and beautiful concept. For the next 40 years, you don't have to hit the traffic and go to a job, even if that exists, or hoping for the government to give you a subsidy. You get to work from home alongside your kids, family, make a full-time income. There's people in this company for 15 or 16 years. On Tuesday, they know the card is full. They don't even check. They know they get paid on Tuesdays. Tuesday's a good day. I want you to think about that yourself. So the whole thing comes about, you come into this, you haven't put your 100 hours of education. That means you're not evolving, yet you expect to make a lot of money. So you wouldn't have that expectation in anything else. If I put you behind a tractor trailer, I say, well, I don't know how to drive a tractor trailer. I need some training. If I put you in the kitchen and say, go make Japanese food or Chinese food. You say, I'm not Chinese. I'm Caribbean. I don't know about Chinese food. Teach me. Yet you come here, and you feel, you think you know it all. And you want to make full-time money. So first thing is you got to keep evolving. How you are brought you to where you are. Forensic concept. How you are brought you to where you are. And if you're not happy where you are, you want to change location, you got to do what? You got to move. If you want to drive, you got to drive to get to new locations. How is that a foreign concept? Evolve. How you are brought you to where you are. If you don't like where you're at, that means you have to evolve. That's a good word. Put it in the chat group. I'm evolving. We're gonna hit up on this a lot. Because your thoughts, how you are, your habits, will equal your actions. And your actions will equal your results. So I hate my results. My results suck. I'll do it again all the way again tomorrow. Same action. See, as if we don't know how our results got here. We love to blame God. Oh, I guess life dealt me a bad hand. I guess, no, it wasn't life, it wasn't God, it wasn't your dad and mom, it wasn't Aunt Matilda. It was your decisions, your thoughts that turn into actions, and that turn into your results, and that's where you are. If you're happy where you are, congratulations. If you're not happy where you are, then you need to evolve. It's not a foreign concept. Yet you wake up tomorrow, do exactly what you did today. Well, look, if your results are great today, if you're making Renee money, great. But if you're not where you need to be, then you got to do what I do constantly with myself. I question myself. I've become an expert of questioning myself. We're all trying to evolve from something that we need to get better at. All of us. I'm doing it every single day. I've done it my entire lifetime. I do it every single day. I run a corporation, and a lot of time I question myself. Do we need to evolve? Where we need to evolve? And then I start researching, and we evolve. That's what we come up with build assist programs. We make changes. Our company is where it is today because we keep on evolving. So how you are brought you to where you are. Your thoughts, right? Which is really your habits. That leads to certain actions or inactions. That brings you some results. So if you're not where you need to be monetarily, like if you're not monetarily rich, that brings us directly to that you're not, mentally rich. Don't take this the wrong way, okay? I'm not talking about, just stay with me here, stay with me, right? What I mean by that is that in certain things you have to get better at. There are things I work on every single day. If monetarily, materialistically, and it's not bad, but material is great stuff, all right? Don't tell me material things are bad, because if you tell me material things are bad, you haven't helped a single person in your lifetime. If you were on our opulence, again this week, we went to a village where they don't even have water. We brought tankers of water. Maybe a century ago, right? And this week, we have another group going in the same area. There are kids who are young, small 3-4-year-old kids. You're going to see all the videos. And turns out, in that part of the world, I guess since, I don't know, what they're saying is that since cousins marry each other a lot, and there are a lot of kids who have disabilities and stuff. One of the main things is that there's a lot of death and kids over there. So, and all they need is a gadget that's, I guess in dollars is about $250. That's it. For them to create this thing so they could hear. When they hear, they can speak. And so now we've raised some money through you guys, and I always match it. So don't tell me maturity is all, it matters. It matters. We're gonna have a bunch of kids talking and hearing for the first time. It matters. So if you're not, but then if you're not monetarily rich, we can't do stuff like this, right? So if you're not monetarily where you need to be, you're not mentally rich in that area. Ask yourself a question. You got to always ask yourself this one question. If the answer is yes, then you're not evolving and you're failing. We all fail in different levels. And for me, it's become automatically. Am I better today than I was yesterday? If the answer is yes, you're good. If the answer is no, you're failing. Let me repeat this. For me, it's automatic now. I've done this for 30 years. It's automatic now. Every single day. I don't complain about anything. If something sucks, I look at it. And I want to, how can I make it better? And don't get offended by my language. This is locker room talk here. This is forensic, right? This is not the CEO talking to you now. This is the forensic, and general, and we're all. I want to get you ready for battle. If you enjoy that, say it's all good. So we're gonna ask ourselves a question: am I evolving? Every single day. If the answer is no, you're failing in that area. It doesn't make you a bad person or a bad cook or in the area of monetarily. That's what we hear at the end of the day, right? Helping people making money. You're failing. So we need to keep on evolving. And sometimes we don't even know which area we need to evolve. Like I ask myself a question all the time. A lot of time we want something to get better, and we don't even know what area we need to evolve and get better. So I don't focus on particular topic. What I focus is on me. How can I become a better person today? Personal development, MLM development, financial development, health development. How can I today be a better person than I was yesterday? And if I can look in the mirror and say, yeah, I learned some stuff today. Yes, I took new action today. Yes, I did this. Yes, I learned that today. If I can say that, then I can expect more the next day. I can expect more the next week. I became more. Once I become more, I earn more, right? Jim Rohn, you want to earn more, you got to become more. No, I think Jim Rohn came out short with that because I like my forensic one better. First, you got to want more. Because I run into too many people who, I don't need any. Oh, I don't want that. Okay. Okay. You want to go to a restaurant and you don't want the sirloin steak, you're okay with a poutine. I'm okay with the poutine. I like poutine. But you know what? I also like my steak. So first thing is you have to want more. When you want more, then you become more. When you become more by educating yourself, by evolving, learning new things. When you want more, you take the actions to become more of you, best version of you. You don't need to become me, you become the version of you. Like I have my targets. I don't need to become somebody else. I just need to become the better version of Ramin. Become more, only then you can expect to earn more. One of the first things I learned in business was you get paid directly equal to the value that you bring to the marketplace. Somebody would say, the top employee, I think was one year it was a CEO of Disney, or Coca-Cola, one or two. They make $80 million a salary. 80 million. So, you would say, like, no one's worth 80 million. I'm not talking the owner, I'm talking an employee, right? Yeah, nobody's worth 80 million unless their decisions made the company 2 extra billion. Then 80 million is a bargain. So in MLM is the same. If your organization generates $1 million of volume every month, well, guess what? You get paid a lot. You go on to make millions. If your organization makes 100,000 a month, well, that's the value that you bring into the organization. You get paid less. If your organization brings $10,000 to the company, well, that's the value it brings. It needs to grow. Then you get paid equal to the volume. It's the value, right? It's not complicated. So you got to focus on you constantly evolving. You got to ask yourself a question: am I evolving? If you're not where you want to be, why are you staying there? Let that sink in for a bit. If there's an area you don't want to be, okay, let's just say I'm back in the gym again. I want to work out. I did not like myself and what I've become. It's not like I didn't know what I had to do. I just get up and do something about it. I'd rather not. I'm busy at work. I'm constantly doing things. I got multiple businesses. I got my son. I'm traveling back and forth. I have a million excuses why I can't have time. I don't have time for workout. COVID, there's no gym, right? Well, after all of these excuses, I still don't like where I'm at. So, okay, find a way. So if you're not happy with where you are, why are you there? Why in that one area? Because that's not where you want to be. So you need to evolve. Stop being you in that area. You need to become a better version of you. And how you do that is by evolving. How you evolve is by picking up information. You're evolving tonight. You're evolving right now. Tonight you learn to go to YouTube and watch a live video. That's picking up a new skill. Tonight, you're hearing some stuff. So the first part of this training is about one thing. Keep questioning yourself. If something sucks, keep questioning yourself. Okay, how can I make that better? And don't expect the government or someone else to do it. You got to do it. Let me tell you something. It's off topic a little bit, but I have to tell you. If you're relying on anyone else, the government, anyone else to make life better for you, you're gonna die waiting. Because I tell you, where the governments are going on in the world is very much a socialist approach where they just want to provide the bare minimum for the people and get elected and stay in power. No one's saying, let's go make our people entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs are independent, they're strong, and the governments don't like them. I can tell you, some countries they say they're socialist, some countries who say they're not, and they are. They just to say they're not. I mean, at the end of the day, every government in the world wants the power. They want to stay in power. How they do that is making people dependent on them. As long as you depend on the government, subsidies, whatever, then I guess they stay in power. So you got to take control of your own life. You can't wait for someone else to do it for you. So if something sucks in your life, stop being you in that area. How you are brought you to where you are. That's the result. Your thoughts led to actions led to those results. You need to evolve. First thing, how do you win in MLM? You evolve, you change. You want to make $10,000 a month? Guess what? You were not making it before. If you want to make 10,000 in opulence, guess what? You're not making it before. You come in here. Yes, there's an opportunity to do it, which is wonderful. But ultimately, you have to bring that value to the organization. And you don't know how to do that. We teach you how to do that here with our trainings. We give you the product, the software. We give you the technology. You have to evolve. Before this call, you can't let come in and go, because at the end of the day, you got some habits. Remember, I'm going to keep repeating. Your habits, your thoughts have brought you to certain actions, have brought you to where got you certain results. And that probably wasn't that great. That's why you start to become self-employed. That's where you're here. After this call, you cannot go back to that. See, that's what I do with myself constantly. I've evolved so much. I evolve in areas that I know I need to get better at. If it sucks, I don't want to stay there. If it's no good, why are you there? Anything that's no good, why are you there? Evolve, research, and evolve. I don't know what to do. Research. And you're here for that. Tonight, you're researching. You're getting information. So first part, keep evolving. Second part, become a mental warrior. Become a mental warrior. So how do you win an MLM? Become the best version of yourself. Keep evolving. You're good enough. You're good enough. You just have to tap into those things you haven't tapped into yet. Maybe you didn't tap into those areas of you because you didn't have an opportunity that enabled you to do that. Maybe you didn't have an opportunity, maybe you were in an environment that didn't require you to do that. But that environment brought you to where you are. We try to get you all of that, right? So keep evolving. I'm telling you, you're good enough. But you got to keep on evolving. Second, when you evolve, you got to be consistent. To be consistent, you got to become a mental warrior. Stop letting everything take you out of the game. Oh, I don't feel good today. Oh, I had a no. Oh, I don't know. The government this, COVID this. Everything takes you out of the game. I talk to people sometimes like this. Everything that comes out of their mouth is negative. And I always have to say one thing. So what's that got to do with anything? There's COVID going on. What's that got to do with you being wealthy? The government did this. The weather is that. You know what? I don't want to laugh and slap people in the head. In Canada, the weather's cold. People complain when it's cold. And I know the same people, it gets hot and sunny like today. They complain when it's hot. So it always puzzles me why people complain. Does anybody even listen? Does it ever help? How does that help? Look, you're putting your energy towards something positive and productive, or you're wasting and burning that energy in something negative and destructive. You're burning energy every single day. It's either going through something that's forwarding your life, or it's going through something that doesn't. It's that simple. And I refuse to let people talk to, get the BS, get into my head. I mean, people come to me all the time with questions: how to get rich, how to make money, all these things, how to forward themselves. And some of them are close to me, so I give them the information, and I said they never change. You tell someone, yeah, I know. Yeah, and they go back and make the exact same mistake the next day. You tell them stop wasting your day, do this, and that, do that. You tell them exactly what they need to do. Yeah, okay, I know. Next day they go back doing exactly what they did the day before. In other words, refusing to evolve. So you got to evolve. You got to be laser focused on your targets, only on what you love, which means first you got to know what is it that you love. In this company, and in Forensic Network here, we call that the promise list. I'm telling you, I've told you all along, I'm telling you, I've been saying this for 22 years. If you don't have your promise list here, you're going to struggle. You don't even know what you want. Look, we talk about you need to be a mental warrior. The key part of that is being consistent. Where is the consistency? The gasoline, the drive behind the consistency is the why, is the promise list, is the things that you love. And if you don't have that, if it's not in front of you, if it's not here, it's not in front of you, you wake up in the morning and you go back to the old habits. Let's start some new habits. The new habit is you have a piece of paper with a bunch of stuff on it and the path to get to those stuff. That's a new idea. We've all done that, by the way. Every successful person. No, there's no self-made successful person that winged it and got there by accident, by the way. There's no such thing. That's everybody else who never get there. Some simple, basic thing. So once you've got that promise list, you know what you want. You'll be laser focused on it. Stop choosing depression over happiness every single day. I know people is a problem. So sometimes they're friends and family. Everything is a problem. Every news is bad. They hear something, they jump all over the negativity. So stop choosing depression over happiness. I hear negative stuff around me all the time. I don't allow the BS get in here. Listen, I do as much as I can for the world. That's all I can do. You see the results. You see what we're doing in these poor areas, and we do as much as we can. That's all I can do. I don't let that BS get in here. Because if I am depressed, I'm not productive. If I'm not productive, I'm not bringing any good to the world, and I don't allow that. So stop choosing depression over happiness. Don't let BS. Why are you so attracted to negativity anyways? I don't get that. You know, CNN, right? What stands for constant negative news? Like, why is it that we're so attracted to that nonsense? Stop choosing demotivation over motivation. It's like you look for a reason not to do something. No, use the same reason to do something. It's a choice. Well, I don't feel good today. I don't feel like I want to do anything today. Well, how about this? You know, I don't feel good today, so I'm going to attack this thing and make a change. Because I can tell you something, you're not doing anything today. It just puts you deeper into that goo-goo that you're in right now. See, I attack adversities. Attack. My staff who work with, they know. Every time, 16 years, every time we go through these things, every company does that, I sit back. When COVID happened last year, and every company's CEO is freaking out, like because MLM is about belly to belly, right? And they're all freaking out. Many of them will close a receivership, and it's a mess right now in MLM, right? I sat down. I said, okay, we have a problem. It's all about control. We're going to evolve. We're going to be agile on our feet. We're a good company. We have solutions. The world has problems. So I didn't look at lockdowns and this and all of that. I looked at, lockdowns, no jobs. We got a crisis, health crisis. We got products and we got home jobs. Let's go and tell people about our solutions. But other CEOs that I know, because the only way they did the thing was through meetings and hotels, guess what? They're closed now. Or they're on the verge of falling apart, some of them. Stop choosing demotivation on every occasion over motivation. Stop chasing negative over positive. I've numbers. I've zero interest. Well, I'm interested in how many people lost their jobs, because guess what? That's that many more people we need to reach out to than give them our opportunity. What difference does it make to you? All the negative stuff that happens around the world. How does that help you? I look at the negative situation, I say, okay, how can we help? If I look at the negative situation, it's for one reason. Because I know our company delivers a lot of solutions. Lots of solutions to the world. Lots of solutions. We have a lot of solutions to the world. So every time there's a problem, I say, how can we help? How can our products help here? How can opportunity help here? How can a community, a nation? We have a global reach. Some of these countries we can be sent to, they don't even have MLM opportunities. How can we help? You should be thinking that way. Stop chasing junk over substance. Yeah, media, the news you listen to every day. Why do you do that? See, I talked about earlier, evolving, right? You come into here with all those bad habits and you say, whoa, I'm not making a lot of money. The audacity for you to think that you're going to come from that and here with all those baggage and you're going to make a lot of money. Stop chasing junk over substance. You're here now. That's substance. Good for you for that. But don't go to junk right after this. Substance is in, junk will come in, junk, substance is out. Now you're full of junk. And you know the type of result junk gets you, right? You won't change, guys. I'm giving you change. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you won't change. Change starts with you. Starts here. The stuff. I'm telling you, it's not complicated. Stop chasing being a sheep. How about that? Stop being a sheep. Be a shepherd instead. A sheep is when you wake up and let media, the world, your neighborhood, environment to keep you where you are. Because that's the environment. We become part of our environment, right? That's being a sheep, where someone else will determine. Someone else will determine what a day is going to be like. And a day will determine what a week is going to be like. And a week will determine what a month and a year. And you go through 20 years of this and you wonder why you are where you are. So don't be a sheep. Be the shepherd. In other words, you decide what your day is going to be like. Don't get your cue from the media. Don't get your cue from TV. That doesn't make you any money. So the world is on a path of destruction. It's going nowhere. 50% of jobs will never return. The governments have decided they're going to keep printing money. That means inflation is going to go up to nowhere. And it's probably the same in your country. I can tell you in Canada, homes have become very much unaffordable. The government keeps printing, and so the lifestyles get smaller and smaller and smaller. The government subsidies get higher. Money, again, it's the same problem over and over again. In other words, you're going to keep losing lifestyle. This is where the path of the world is. So you don't have to go there. You want a different path. You want a path that takes you to what I always call life's full menu. You know, I started a concept years ago. My forensic students who are millionaires today, many of them, and some of them, you know, they're working there. Something as simple as we go, whatever we want to do. We do it without worrying about the time, cost, no restrictions. You know what's called? Freedom. I'm not talking just money, right? I'm not talking just money. The fact that a lot of our people don't have to leave home throughout the pandemic, and they got paid every Tuesday for the last 16 years, you know what that's called? Freedom. If you like that, put the tap on the like button. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to learn a little bit of this YouTube stuff. We're going to push up the like buttons, and we're going to get the attention of YouTube, and these videos will get around. And once we get, and you guys will going to come back here, you're going to get a lot of leads, And whatever leads we get, we're going to pass them out to everyone who's got a forensic MO box. And, we're just going to pass. So we're going to get this message out. Remember, the world is about give and receive. We give this good stuff up to the world. Doesn't matter if they're opulence or not. It'll come back to us. So click on the like button and push it up. I know there's a 65 of you here. There's only 10 likes. So that means a lot of you have not clicked on the like. So make sure we get 65 likes. Click on that. You have. The world is a sheep, but you're not. The world wakes up every morning waiting for another subsidy and looking at the CP24 or CNN. That's not you. Don't be a sheep. You don't have to be. They don't have what you have. The world has decided that someone else will decide for them. Which you're an MLM, you're an opulence. You're not them. You're not them. Our job, every single day, our job is to educate the people, educate the world with knowledge, with confidence. When we give, we receive. When you show up with education and confidence, guess what? They will follow. Our job is to inspire. And you know what? When you're inspiring, guess what? They will follow. Our job is to offer solutions. And when you do, and we have lots of solutions company, guess what? They will follow. Our job is to be different than the world. And guess what? They will follow. So the world is years behind the rich. The world is years behind the rich, the 1%. The rich understand the opportunities that are there right now. They position themselves, get their market share. And the world eventually catches on. Like, let me go back a little bit. You all know about Lee Iacocca, probably top US executive of all time. He was with Ford. He came out with the Ford Mustang, right? He knew back in the 50s, the baby boomers had some money. So he said, you know what? And they wanted to really spoil themselves. He came with a sports car, Ford Mustang, became the best-selling car of all time for Ford. Then he got fired. He went to Chrysler. He knew at the time baby boomers at the age where they were having kids, they needed a family vehicle. So what did he do? He created the minivan with Chrysler. Guess what? Minivans everyone's got a minivan now, became the best-selling vehicle for decades. Right? It was different. So the baby boomers right now, going back to what I was saying, so baby boomers, now they come at a point where it takes a while for them, but it's come to a point that with the new generation, the baby boomers are retiring, they need something to do from home. And the new generation, they're all going to move into the next phase. And the next phase, just like the Ford Mustang, stay-at-home economy. That's the next phase. And you are in the forefront of it. But do you recognize it? If you don't recognize it, you beat the world and a few years behind the rich. There are people making millions right now in the stay-at-home economy. In 3 to 5 years from now, you're going to see this is becoming, wow, it's everyone is getting to home. Even businesses now work from home. You are there now. You can wait. You could be part of the world, or you could be in. You don't have to be where they're at because they don't have this opportunity. They've not seen what you have seen. They don't know what you know. So last thing is our job has to be a mental warrior. Their job is not to focus on things that makes them demotivated. And we always look for solutions, things that makes us motivated. I can look at something, you would look at the news, you say, wow, look at people have lost a job, businesses are closing, and you become sad with the news. I look at the same news, I said, damn, man, we gotta get to work. There's a lot of people we need to help. It's the same news. different ways of looking at it. A mental warrior clearly knows that he wants what he wants, and he burns inside. They're burning. They got this burning thing for it, right? That's the mental warrior. They need to every day. They have no time for negativity. They have no time for nonsense and junk. They're not a sheep. They are out there. They know what they want. They have a promise list, and it's burning, looking at it every day for years and years and years, chasing it. And they got this burning desire. But the world, sheeps, wake up, what's on the news, and wait. Do the same thing they did yesterday, not evolving at all. A mental warrior looks always for the strong, the person who's better and bigger than, more informative, because they want to benefit from it, and they avoid the weak. We avoid the people. All they want to do is complain. When somebody complains, because they're weak. Strong people don't complain. The weak person will complain because there's nothing they want to do about it, so they can just complain about it. Strong, when they're in a situation, so they get inspired. But the weak person just looks for so there's an old philosophy: you attract who you are. Quality attracts quality. Strong attracts strong. Weak attracts weak. A mental warrior refuses to believe that they're less than the strong. Why should be any less than me? Or I should be less than Warren Buffett or any. Why should you accept being less than somebody else? Strong doesn't believe that. A mental warrior faces the daily challenges where the sheep run away from it. I know so many people, people, they got a lot of problems, they just run away from it. When you talk to them about it, yeah, I'm getting to it. They never do. Yet the mental warriors, they're not afraid of problems, they're not afraid of challenges. It's like the challenge, go bring it on, boom. That's because that has become the habit for them. So I look at some of the stuff, and nothing you heard tonight is science or nuclear science. All it is it's reality. It's common sense that no one exercises anymore. Like, how can you say you don't like something and you live it daily and not do anything about it? How? How's that even possible? You have a food you don't like, you don't eat it, right? You don't just go eat it. No, you don't eat it. If you don't like the life that you're in, why do you live it? Certain things is not. I get it. It's not quick. You have to evolve. First starts with you. You got to evolve, then everything else will evolve. But at least it's evolving. It's going somewhere. Not evolving is you staying there. How could not evolving and staying is something that sucks easier than evolving towards something better? It cannot be easier to stay where you don't like, right? Can't be easier. I cannot imagine saying, yeah, it's burning, but I stay here, but as opposed to making some effort to get out of there. It's like the old dog story, sitting on the nail, right? He doesn't get up, it just doesn't hurt bad enough yet. It hurts, but it just doesn't hurt bad. Just complain. But so it's not, you can't get comfortable with stuff like that. So for me, evolving is always easier than staying in an area where it's just not. I love seeing myself change and learn things, and I pick up on new projects all the time. I know we went late tonight. We got so much to talk about, and I was just thinking. I'm always thinking about you guys. I say, we got a good community. We got some good people here, and I'm trying to find ways to give you what got me out of my ruts. I've had a lot of those as well, right? And I've got myself to the life that I want and dream about. Is how can I get my people to just evolve? And because I know something that you don't know, and that is you're good enough. I know you're good enough. I've seen the path. I've gone through the path already. The path is not that complicated. If you choose to evolve and listen, and every single day ask yourself, am I better than I was yesterday? And if your answer is yes, then you should expect to get more. But if the answer is no, then you shouldn't expect more. But hopefully, we can inspire you in Opulence Nation. This is a good place to be. This is a good place to be. Hopefully, we can inspire you to become more. With that, I'm going to pass it back to our. Hey, listen, we did our first YouTube live. Isn't that something? You like it? Just throw some love out there for the people that are going to watch it later on. And this is a big thing for me too, because I don't think I've ever done a YouTube live. This is a very, very, very first one. So we lost some people in the transition, but we'll be here again next week as well, and the week after that, and hopefully later on I'm going to get Sanaz to shift Hell Call on Mondays on here as well. The good thing about YouTube is you can take this link right now and just send it to whoever, right? Before you get on this call, you can take this link and say, hey, here's a link, Forensic Network here. Get on. It's going to be a live call with our CEO, right? Or the Forensic Networker. So it's pretty cool where you could just take this link and send it out to people. You know what's going to happen? They're going to come. They're going to subscribe to the channel. By the way, all of you, subscribe to the channel while you're there. There's a subscription button there. Subscribe right now. Every time we do something, it comes to you. Like it. Put on the likes. There's 67 people here. There's only 26 likes. Come on. Scroll down. Click on like. Let's get some action here. And the leads, we pass it on to you guys. And we keep on expanding the Opulence Nation. With that, guys, love you guys. Stay forensic. And back to our hosts for tonight. So I think, a host cannot. this is YouTube Live. Is that something? I'm going to close this out, and I think the next become a co-host with me. So that's the next. See, we're evolving, right? We talked tonight about evolving. The next thing is you have to evolve. So we have a host here, and a host. Actually, you know what? Let's have some fun with this. Charlene, I'm picking on you. Let me see if I can get Charlene to become a co-host with me here. Let's see. Put you add moderator. What does that do? I love it. I love it. We're learning. I know we can do together where you can get do you see an option for where you guys out so we can get you guys to be? I don't think we can, right? We can't get two people at the same time. If we could, it'd be pretty cool. I think you have to set that up differently. All right, guys. So let's see. One more try with this. And Amarjeet, let's see what we can do with Amarjeet here. User in time. What does that mean? User in time. Add as a moderator. Okay. Amarjeet is now moderator for your channel. Oh, okay, that's okay. Amarjeet, you're my moderator now. So, anyways, guys, love you guys. Stay forensic, and we'll figure this out better for next week. All right. Take care.